Today is August 22nd, and it's currently 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm looking at the weekly chart for Clover Health. And as of last Friday, the price closed at $7.75, and overall it was up 19 cents. So look, I was looking at the weekly chart a few minutes ago, and what I was able to assess based on my interpretation of this chart, uh, there seems to be a significant activity occurring within the next 10 to 14 days. So what I saw during my review of this chart was that I did identify a support and resistance level. So with that, let me just plot that. And the first one I saw was at $14.65. And the second one that I saw $7.75. So price seems to be ranging within these two price levels of 14.65 and 7.75. And what I also did was I added a channel for the weekly time frame, and let me just line this up about here, so this way it's consistent with this the top of the body, not including the wick, but the body of the candlestick. So based on the downward channel, price was supported during this time period over here, and as well as the time period that ranged from March 2021 all the way through May 17th of 2021, before price getting above this price level and then going vertical up to 28.85. At the same time, this channel proved that this support level, this resistance level up here was also valid because price was rejected or had a difficult time getting over it. And right here, when price got over the top band of this channel, it was quickly brought right back down below it. So my interpretation is that these levels are valid and these support and resistance levels are valid. So right now, if price does stay above this support level, price could just keep ranging inside this downward pennant, right? So if this is the bottom part of the pennant, if this holds and this holds, as price continues ranging towards the right, it's eventually going to start getting squeezed as it approaches the apex of this pennant, right? So eventually enough energy will be stored and the momentum should push it over above this resistance level. So that's my interpretation. Best case scenario, that price stays above this price level until this happens. Also, on the flip side to that is that price could fall below this resistance support level, and if this is still a valid support level, there's a potential that price could drop down to $4 all the way down to $2, $2.25, before the next support level is identified, right? So it's still too early to say because price is still above it. So until that happens, again, worst case scenario, price falls. It could keep riding down this bottom channel until it consolidates and identifies a support level. So we don't know what that's going to be. So we can just only wait and see how price action dictates this this trend. So if price, best case scenario, price does range and gets squeezed and pushes up, I'm anticipating that we won't see a bullish momentum until maybe the middle of January. So if I was going to identify an area where price could start breaking out or start heading in a bullish pattern, I would anticipate sometime in January. So I'll just identify that with a yellow line. So again, best case scenario, price ranges inside this pennant. It gets up here, gets rejected at this high part of $12 maybe, and then come back down, but stays above the support level of 775, and then eventually punches through here. Worst case scenario is that price falls below the support level and rides the bottom channel until it starts consolidating and forming another support level. So those were the things that I identified, but what really jumped out at me was that I overlaid a pitchfork. So let me just do that now. So what I did was I overlaid this pitchfork. So if I use this bottom candle here as a pivot point and this top candle as another pivot point, right? And let me just adjust this. So this way the channel is pretty much on top of each other. So I'll remove this channel. So now this pitchfork, right, the same thing still exists. This bottom channel is the support. This top channel is resistance. But this yellow channel right here, this is the midline, right? So price gets above it. And usually there's, when it gets above it, there's a lot of strength. So the size of this candle pushed it through, but then the resistance pushed it right back down. And then when it tried to get above it again, it got rejected here. And then finally, when it tried to get above the yellow line again, there was enough energy or momentum to push the price up. So if that does continue, there's a smaller pattern developing right here, because this is a strong support, and this area right here, right, there's a smaller pennant, and the apex is October 25th. So there could be some significant price action. So price could actually go up and maybe try and break through this here, or price will come down towards the end of October, leading into this apex. So let me put this over here. So this would be, an area of importance right here. So sometime towards the end of October, early November, there could be significant price action. Considering that this is at a shorter time frame, I will be speculating that price will drop below the support resistance level, and it's gonna stay down here for a little bit until it finds a consolidation area and support resistance level is identified. Short term, that's a bearish outlook. But again, price tried to get above this yellow line 1, 2, 3 times already. So maybe 4th time is the charm. But again, I still think it's too early. I think this pattern is what's going to hold. But again, yeah, it's tough to say for certain. It's just this area is of concern, but I'm more bullish on this side. So until price action dictates and provides us more information, more to follow.